Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This book is going to be a random number wheel picks my books for June. But before we get into that, there are three books that I have gotten that are brand new to me, and I got them in May, right before I got sick and things just kind of went to hell. So I'm gonna go through them really quickly. We're gonna add them to the TBR road because these are all books that I have not read. We're gonna add up that number, put it in a random number generator. We're gonna pick 8 books and we're gonna go from there because I do want to switch it up and do something a little bit different. I love my TBR jar, but it was getting a little old real fast and I don't want to fall into some kind of like reading slump or like really get over the things that I purchased. So really quickly, the books that I bought, and we're gonna add the first one is Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life. When this came out, I got I had $5 off at Barnes & Noble, and then I had got a gift card. So of course I picked this one up, and then I picked up another one, and then I quickly ordered another book that recently came out and I'm super excited for. So Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life. I have no idea what this is about, but Emily Henry, some of her books for me have been really good. If you guys can see right here, I have Happy Place, Funny Story, Beach Read. Funny Story was actually my favorite book so far of hers, and I really wanted to give this a try. And I didn't realize that there were different covers, but apparently this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It's got that gingham print on it, and then the naked hardback is pink with some foiling on it. Oh my goodness. Messed that up, y'all. And I do not like hardcover books, but this was all they had where I went when I went and got it. The next book that I got, and it was on my anticipated releases for the new year, as well as Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life, I got Carly Fortune's One Golden Summer. What I did not realize is, one, that the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition was going to come out in like this blue foiled edition. I love it. The other book that I've read by this author is, well, if I can find it, sorry about that guys, what's the book that I've read by her? Isn't it their summer book, of course? Oh yes, this summer will be different, but apparently this one is a spinoff from one of her other 2 books, Meet Me at the Lake, I think, and then there's another one. I have not read those first 2, but I am going to read those before I read this one, because I have had this bad habit of going into series or books that I didn't know were a series, reading the second book first and then having to go back and reread the first book. So I am happy that I got this exclusive edition, but y'all, these paperback books are getting kind of pricey. This one was 20 bucks before tax. But again, I had $5 off, and then I had a gift card when I went into Barnes & Noble. So I was able to get these 2 at a relatively decent price, to say one of these was a hardcover, okay? And then the last book that I got that I'm so excited about, that I had no friggin' idea was gonna be as thick as it is, and that is the 3rd and final book in the Skyland series by Kennedy Ryan. Can't get enough. I am so excited to read about Hendrix's story. And y'all, her covers for this particular series, they're eating, okay? They are eating. I love seeing a woman of color just rocking her natural hair and just being herself. All the women on these covers, flawless, absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait to get into this. And also this, I didn't get this one from Barnes & Noble, but there's some character art in here, okay? Like, Miss Kennedy Ryan, what are you doing to us? And I do have to jump into the rest of her backlog because, y'all, Kennedy Ryan, she been putting in that work. All right, so these are going to be the books that are also going to be added into the series. So I've already counted up how many books there are on this shelf. There's 19. This is 20, 21, 22. Okay. They're not all gonna fit on here. I think one will. I'll just put this one up here, and these 2 will just kind of hang out right here. So this one's 21 and 22, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the generator, and we're gonna go from there. So let's see what we got. Okay, anyway, 22 books. We got 22 numbers. Ooh, sorry, I'm super close. We're gonna go ahead and spin, and you guys get to see first, okay? We're gonna do 8. What's the first number? First number is 12. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So that is going to be Bridesmaid Undercover by Megan Quinn. This is the second book in the Bridesmaid for Hire series. I have not read the first book. I was actually gonna start it today, so that'll give me some time to get into this for the rest of this month. And I know we are already 5 days into June, but I have plenty of time to get into these books. Megan Quinn's books are hilarious and slightly spastic in a good way, okay? But the first book is book number 12, and that is Bridesmaid for Hire. And I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the numbers because now we are down to, oh, now I can throw this book up there. We are down to 21. All right, so remove choice. Did it remove it? 12. Yep, number 12 is gone. All right, let's spin again. Next book. Oh, let me see if you guys can see that. $13. I hope it doesn't just go in order. Okay, Lucy score. Actually, is this the next book in the series? I think this is out of order, so we might have to switch it because what's the next book? A Corpse in the Closet. I read Dead Guy Next Door. Corpse in the Closet. Okay, so it is going to be a Lucy score book, but I do want to read these in order. So I'm going to go ahead and swap it for the next book that actually comes up in the series. And we're going to go from there because, again, I do not want to read these books out of order. I do not. Oh, actually, now I can put this in here. I do not want to read any of these books out of order. So the second book is going to be The Corpse in the Closet by Lucy Score. I did read The Dead Guy Next Door, and you guys, that was surprisingly a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be, and I am excited to jump back into the series. If you guys remember, a couple of months ago, this was on my TBR. I think it was a TBR jar. It was like an animal on the cover, and I never got around to it, but I do plan on making time for it because Lucy Score, just like Megan Quinn, they are hilarious. Okay, you can do no wrong with them. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this choice so that we can go on to the next thing here. All right, and I'm going to spin and show you guys. What number is that? Number 11. I feel like it's just going in order. It's not super random whatsoever. Oh, and this is actually in order. This is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. This actually is it follows Out on a Limb, but this is the best friend of the female main character from Out on a Limb, and I'm excited to get back into this. I don't know if it's going to be a series. Is it a series? I know there's some interconnected ones as well, but Hannah Bonham Young writes some really interesting things, and I'm saying that after only reading one book, but apparently the main characters, Sarah and Caleb, they're high school sweethearts. They're already married. They've been married for a couple of years now, and they are trying to rekindle the love that they once strongly had for one another. So I am excited to see how that's going to play out. I do like the character art too. It's really, really nice. And this was an anticipated release for this year, which is great. So book number 3. All right, let's go on to the next. We're going to go ahead and remove that choice. We're going to spin. God, please don't let me get like number 10 or something, okay? Let's see what book number 4 is going to be. Number 18. 18. Okay, so we got Carly Fortune's One Golden Summer, which I'm probably going to swap this for another book because, again, this follows one of the books. I think it's Meet Me at the Lake or the other book, and I haven't read it yet, and I don't want to read these books out of order. So I'm gonna put this one back, and I'm gonna grab we're gonna do a different pick. I'm just gonna take this one out. We're gonna go ahead and spin again. I don't want to do that one. All right, so we're spinning for book number 4, okay? book number 4. It's the first book in the series. So that is going to be another Lucy Score, Things We Never Got Over. And this was going to be a doozy. This one is well over 519 pages. So yeah, but I got this book a year ago now, and I am long overdue for giving this a read. And if you guys watched one of my most recent videos, I was able to get the second book in this series while I was in the airport, which is really nice. So Lucy Score is 2 for 2. I don't know anything about this. I don't want to know anything about this. I saw reviews a long time ago, but I try not to commit those to memory, which is great because now I can go into this blind. I am going to do some immersive reading with this just because it is a much bigger book. And that's not to say I haven't read books this large before without the audiobook, but I would prefer to have it. It looks like there's a bonus epilogue chapter. This book is almost 600 pages, which is crazy, especially if this is a romance. But Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. We are 4 books down, 4 to go. We're gonna go ahead and remove that choice, and I'm gonna spin again. You guys tell me what we get. Book 21. Okay. I did that wrong. I should have removed some of these books. What do I have now? Hold on. I have 1, 2, 3. We have 18 books. Let me adjust this. Jesus Christ. All right. Let's try that again. Sorry about that. Seven. Love lyric. Let me double check. Because again, I am not trying to read this out of order. The love lyric is actually the 3rd book. So we're going to swap it for the 1st book. And it is by the same author, same premise. The 1st book is actually The Neighbor Favor. And then it is the partner plot. And then it is love lyric. So we are going to go ahead and read a book by Christina Forrester, The Neighbor Favor. This book was going around for a couple of months, I want to say last year, and I know at the beginning of this year I'm just now getting into it. I wanted all 3 books, even though I've never read anything by Christina Forrester, but y'all, we got to support our authors of color, and I love books about Black love. So we're gonna see what is going on. I do see books on here, so I'm gonna assume that The Neighbor Favor is a book about books, and I absolutely love that. It is the 1st, but I'll go ahead and read, like, there's a whole blurb. I'm just gonna read this part right here. It says, a shy bookworm enlists her charming neighbor to help her score a date, not knowing he's the obscure author she's been corresponding with, in the sparkling and heart-fluttering romance by Christina Forrester. That's it. That's all I need to know. It is going to be a book about books. It's going to be a book about love, or enemies to lovers, however you want to put it, and I am super excited to get into it. So let's go ahead and pick our next one. Let me go ahead and remove that choice so that way I'm not messing this up again. We're down to 17 books, right? Okay. And we're going to spin. The 17th book is going to be Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life, and I am so excited that I get to read this in the month of June because it's giving that vibe. But you know what, sometimes kind of like Abby Jimenez, Emily Henry will have a gorgeous cover, and then sometimes the books will kind of just pull at your heartstrings. So I've been avoiding everyone who is, if they have this in like, hey, I bought this book, I'm reviewing it, I got it early, etc., etc., I skip that portion of their video because I can't. Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez, I need to go into blind, okay? If my heart's gonna get broken, it's gonna get broken. It is what it is. We got 2 more picks and then we are done. So let me adjust. We're down to 16 books. And we are going to spin. Number 10. Ooh, another new release. Love this. This is Beth O'Leary's Swept Away. And you guys, I've read a lot of Beth O'Leary's books, but I have to listen to this with the, hopefully there's an audiobook for it. It did come out this year, a couple months ago. I'm saying, yeah, we're 6 months into the new year, so saying a couple months ago is accurate. But I've read The Flat Share, The Switch, The Road Trip, The No Show, and The Wake Up Call by Beth O'Leary. I do not own any of those physical books, but I decided to get this one because the cover is stunning, and usually her books take Beth O'Leary's books usually take place in the UK or Ireland, somewhere like that, somewhere over in Europe. And I love when the narrator has that accent. So I'm going to see if there's an audiobook for this. If not, I'll go ahead and still give it a read. But this is another new release, which is great because I think we have what? 1, 2, 3 releases, new releases, or 2025 releases on our shelves. All right. So one more pick, you guys, one more. Let me remove this choice and then we will be able to pick the last book. Okay. Number 11. Ooh, another new release. And I am super late reading this. I was supposed to read this in April because it was strawberry season then, but I'm still excited to read this because we're still in the time frame of when this is appropriate to read. But that is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. And you guys love to hate this author. She's the author of The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and The Christmas Tree Farm. And I know she has another book coming out in September. Like, she's been churning them out. It's called The Gingerbread House something. I forget what it's called. Let me see. There's usually like chapters of the new book in this book. Let me see if she did that this time. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. Nope, she didn't do that in this book. The last couple of books had the first chapter of the next book that was to come out. But I know it's The Gingerbread something. It comes out in September, which I'm super excited because I'm going to get that. And then I'm going to hold on to it until right around the holiday season. But yeah, the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I keep wanting to say like the Strawberry Patch Field, but it's Pancake House. I know a little something, a little teeny tiny something about what this is about, and that is about it. These are not, you can read these out of order. Would I suggest it? Probably. It depends on what you're in the mood for, because they do make mention to a lot of the characters from the first couple of books that came out. And I do love that now they are including a map of the place called Dream Harbor, and you can see some of the places on here. And I do love the foiling on this book and just like the whole vibe. Like, I feel like if I could smell this book, it would smell like strawberries, and I love that. But I'll go ahead and read the little blurb because it is teeny tiny and we'll go from there. A small town spicy romance is how this book is introduced. It says, as a world-renowned chef, single dad Archer never planned on moving to a small town, let alone running a pancake house. But Dream Harbor needs a new chef, and Archer needs a community to help raise his daughter. So single dad trope. Okay. Iris has never managed to hold down a job, so when Mayor Kelly suggests Archer is looking for a live-in nanny, she almost runs in the opposite direction. Now Iris finds herself in a whole new world, one where her gorgeous new boss lives right across the hall and likes to cook topless. Keeping everything strictly professional should be easy, right? This sounds like it's gonna be super cute. Again, what I said about her last couple of books, they are small town romances. Yes, there's some spice in the books, but a lot of you guys really take these books like extremely serious. These are meant to be fun, cute, quirky. They're not meant to be like literary, like 5-star Nobel Pulitzer Prize winning books. These are cute books. Okay, they're not supposed to be like hard hitting, but that's just how I look at it with this author especially. And one of the things that she does that I also like is that she includes a playlist of songs that go with the theme of the book, and I think that is absolutely adorable. So if you're one of those people who likes to just have like ambient noises or music really, really low. She does include a crap ton of songs for you to listen to as you are reading through the book, and I'm excited. Okay, and that is going to make book 8 of our selection. And again, that was the random number generator that picked the book. Maybe next time I'll turn all the books around and then put them in a different order. Obviously I know which ones are my hardback books and then my teeny tiny book right here, like I'm gonna know what that is. But just to make it a little bit more interesting, the next time if I do this again, I'll go ahead and switch them the other way around. But I'm gonna show you guys my huge stack of June TBRs. I don't even think you're gonna be able to see every, oh, there we go, every book. And this is my June stack, and I am super excited about it. You guys, please let me know what you are reading for the month of June. If you want to just, if y'all are also like quarterly readers, like you do June, July, and August together, let me know about that as well. I know some people who do like a fall, winter, spring, summer kind of TBR pick and then wrap up. If you're one of those people, let me know down in the comments. If you've already read any of these books or you're looking forward to reading any of these books, let me know in the comments. You guys, I really would love it if you guys would subscribe to my channel, interact in the comments, share this video with anybody else in your life who is a book lover, or if you're just looking for overall recommendations. My favorite kind of books to read are lighthearted romances, but I do love some historical fiction. I love some fantasy, especially if there's a little bit of YA, and bonus points if the main character is a person of color. Okay, I will typically read anything with the exception of thriller, horror, murder mystery. The only exception I think I ever made was for the Mindfuck series, and that is in a different category of its own. Don't argue with me, go argue with somebody else. Okay, I said what I said. But I'm super excited to get back into reading. I'm so glad I'm feeling a lot better. I was sick for like a week and a half, and it really like just kind of messed me up as far as like everything I have going on. But I'm super excited to get into these summer reads and to see what you guys are reading. But I'll catch you in my next video.